These guys have a song called The Geeks Will Inherit the Earth. And if that's the case, they are set. Hi, I'm Rebecca Brayton and welcome to WatchMojo.com. We got the chance to check out Warped Tour, where we spoke with I Fight Dragons about how they make music with video game controllers. So something we always like to find out is the origin stories of the bands that we interview. So tell us how I Fight Dragons first got together.
Like any good superhero team, you know, a call was put out and people responded from various corners of Chicago. It was back in 2008, and actually Bill and I, who co-produced our first 2 EPs, were making some demos together and sort of stumbled upon Chiptune as a sound, which is, you know, one element of what we do, new music on old video game sound cards. As soon as I kind of discovered that world out there, I knew that I needed to put a band together around it, and just knew various people from the Chicago music scene that, to their credit, when I said, you know, want to join a new Nintendo rock band, mostly said yes. Unlike most bands, it was kind of assembled around the sound as opposed to kind of just coming together and find the way. Yeah. Although it's been interesting because we've been together for about 3 years now, so it's been interesting to see how the sound has grown and changed based on the people in the band, because that's definitely something that's happened over the years.
Okay, on your wiki page, it says that your instruments, along with what you guys listed, are like the NES or the SNES, etc. And I want to know how this is me being completely ignorant, but how does one play it as an instrument?
It's a twisted process because for our recordings, we actually just write all the music, mostly in the Game Boy, but also in the Nintendo. There's a few other chips like Commodore 64 and Atari 2600, but we mostly just write it on those machines. But then to play it live, we chop up those sounds into little samples that can each be triggered by a button on a controller. So it's a way to try and...
in the middle of a song, I might turn the guitar down and pick up a Super Nintendo controller and play a part on the buttons.
Like a doctor, when I rock the mic, you got to like the way I operate. I make miracles happen just for rapping. I'm so lyrically potent that I'm floating and exploding.
Which is interesting because then I have to split between my music brain and the part of my brain that I used to use to remember codes, because it's just like the same
code brain.
thing. Yeah, code brain.
If you're playing a guitar or a keyboard even, if you've played it for any length of time, you just understand where notes are. So if you play this note, it's going to be higher than this note. But we've assigned the button samples completely, you know, sort of as we've chosen.
Not much logic you can really have
because it's not like there's a
circle. And
so you just have to remember exactly which button in which order. Yeah. It's got no relation to music other than what we've created.
I've seen your music described as Nintendo core. If you had to describe it, what would you say?
A lot of people have said sort of different things. A lot of times we say chiptune rock or, you know, chiptune pop rock, because it's, on the one hand, we've basically got a 4-person rock band, a little more traditional, 2 guitars, bass, drums, and more traditional songwriting. And then the sort of X factor is the 5th person, and all of the synthesis and all the electronic sounds are made on old video game sound cards. So it's sort of that merging of chiptune and rock that kind of is what we do.